Welcome to the Jaron Jarvis channel. I am Jaron Jarvis. Today, I would like to introduce to you, there's a cabin in the woods here that haven't been used since the 1800s. I've been living in a very small village in southern Sweden for all of my life, and for as long as I can remember there has always been an old cabin right next to a walking path in the woods. It's got a firewood shed on the property, and sometimes you'll see that there's less wood than there was yesterday. When I was younger, around 10 years old or so, me and my friends used to call it the haunted house of Churchill. Swedish, Spökhuset I Halt. Probably because we'd all seen and heard a shadowy figure a few meters away from it. Anytime you see it, it will let out a chilling screech and launch in your direction. Although when it reaches you, it will just dissolve right in front of your eyes. Whenever a new kid started at our school, we'd take him there and scare the shit out of him or her for our own pleasure. I know you're not supposed to mess around with spirits or whatever, but we didn't know that shit. On later days I've started smoking a bit, and since cops usually speed past where I live, I've had to adjust my smoking spots. Last week I had a rough day. My girlfriend had just broken up with me and my parents were fighting, so I decided that a little weed could ease the pain. I rolled a joint and headed out into the woods. Just a disclaimer, I'm not a weed addict. I just smoke when I'm on a low and want to get on a high. I usually just head in some unknown path in the middle of the woods to do my thing, but for some reason, that day I decided to go a bit further. Without knowing where I was, I stumbled upon the old cabin. Not many people walk the path next to the cabin anymore, so what could hurt if I went in there, right? With no spirit in sight either, I kicked down what was left of the old murky wooden door and entered. A broken table and one very old swinging chair. That's all there was left in the hallway. Oh, and a mirror on the wall right in front of you when you entered. I went into the room to the right to find what looked like an old dining room or kitchen. A kitchen bench and one of those old black stoves run by wood. It seemed warm. Being the sad soul I am, I didn't really take notice of that. I thought, well, I did forget my lighter. Thank God this is here. I opened the hatch, lit the blunt and inhaled the good Mary J. I took a little tour around the cabin and it all seemed usual for an abandoned house. Broken walls, broken furniture and a few old picture frames. One of them had a photo of a man with a rather disturbing grin on his face. On the back of the frame the date, the 9th of June 1886, was written neatly. Feeling paranoid from the man in the picture and mostly my joint, I left to go look in the last room. Just as I entered I saw a hole in the floor and a staircase leading down to the basement. With the shit mindset I had, I thought, fuck it, what can go wrong? I went down the stairs and found nothing but another set of stairs. I went down those two and was met by yet another set of stairs. I turned my phone flashlight on and for as far as I could see there was just stairs going on forever. I noticed that every single set was different. The first set fitted perfectly with the cabin, but the others could vary from carved wood to cobblestone. I was not intending on going any further down there. I headed back up just in time to hear the scream of the spirit. Only louder now. And he was saying something, "You've opened the gates of hell. You will be granted the devil's spare of torture as you have helped him get out." I ran the fuck out of there as quick as I could. I ran away from the property, but the spirit chased me, repeating the sentence. Stairs kept appearing and disappearing everywhere around me. Everything was shaking. Only when I got back to civilization did it dissolve into air and the stairs stopped appearing. I think I'm gonna go back there to see what this means. I'm scared, but I feel like I need to go there to see if I can close the gates of hell. Pray for me.